See, we got a bite, we got a bite, we got a bite. Got it! I'm telling you, the walkie rig, man. Got one. Got the fish over there, guys. Got him.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel djmo Fishing. Today I got my top favorite rigs for bass for beginners, guys. So let's get into it. Okay guys, these top 5 rigs have been proven and I caught fish with them. In my opinion, they're the best ones for people that started fishing for bass. At the beginning, when you start, it can be a little complicated, a little overwhelming because there's so many techniques, so many lures, so many ways people fish for bass, and everybody know what the best way is. So I'm gonna give you my top 5. This is my personal opinion, guys. These are for beginner bass fishermen. If you just wanna get confidence built up, these 5 rigs will definitely help you. All right guys, starting at number 5, the simplest one. You cannot go wrong with this rig, guys. It doesn't get any simpler than this. This is one that if you're trying to catch your first bass, you probably need to be throwing out there. And this is a weightless Senko Texas rig, guys. It is super simple, super easy. It's just a plastic worm. Some people call them stick baits. Some people call them Senkos, because Senko is actually one of my favorite brands that make these plastic worms. You can use it with a wide gap hook, and I'll be showing you exactly what I'm talking about. But first, go ahead and watch this catch, and then I'll show you how to tie this rig.
Alright guys, so let's get away from that music right there, but there you go. So the hook set right outside of the mouth. Nothing giant per se. The hook out. There we go. So tiny little bass right there, guys. That was on that freaking weightless Senko right there. You're gonna release him right here and let him go. There we go.
All right guys, let me show you. This is the weightless Senko, right? So I got a wide gap hook. This is how it looks like. Really common in bass fishing. Everybody knows about this hook right here. The ones I like to use, the Gamma got two odds, anywhere from 2 odds to like 5 odds I use. For this specific technique right here, I like to use the 2 odds. That allows the actual stick bait to sink slowly. All right, so now these are samples of stick baits, guys. A lot of companies make these. It's just Jump, H2O, you know, you got Yamamoto custom baits, Yamamoto baits. So there's all different ones. They're pretty much all pretty similar, not exactly the same, but pretty similar. So these are one of my favorites right here, the Yamamoto custom baits. I'll be using one of these right now. Okay, so that's what it looks like. The way you rig it, really simple, right? So you got the end of the worm and you hook it through just like that, and then when you get to the curve of the hook, you come out on one side, and then you push that up all the way up, just like that. Okay, and now you have this. So now what you gotta do is you wanna line up your bait and your hook just like that, and you see the hook point needs to enter the bait right there where my finger is, right here. So you go ahead and line it up, go through the bait just like that. Okay, now what you can do is you can rehook your bait, and now you have a weightless weedless Senko right there. All right guys, number 4 here is a variation of what I just showed you. This is actually a Texas rig, the simple Texas rig with a bullet weight on there, and it has a bobber stopper. It's got a little more complex ways you can make it, but I'll show you the simplest way to do it. I'm gonna show you how to tie it as well. Watch this catch, and then we're gonna be tying it.
fish of the day, guys. There we go. All right, first fish of the day. Got a hook on the side of the mouth right there. It was right there on the edge right there. It's not even a pound. It's a little beat up. I'll let him go. There you go, first fish. So that's one. Pretty expensive net rig. And we still got a lot of time to get fishing with it.
Okay guys, this is Texas rig. It's a slight variation of the regular Texas rig. So you're gonna start with your main line here, and we're gonna be using one of these bobber stoppers. If you've never seen this before, this is just a bobber stopper. They sell them just like this. You take them out. Take them out like that. All right. Now grab your main line. Grab your main line right here. And this bobber stopper got little wires sticking out, so you wanna put your main line through one of the wires, just like this. Okay. See how it's going through that wire? Kind of hard to see, but that's what it does. Now you want to push the little bobber stopper into your line, just like that. See, now you got the bobber stopper on your line. Really easy. Now the next thing you want to put is going to be a bullet weight. Is what it looks like, right? So the bullet weight, you can get it from every freaking company that you can find. There's so many companies that make bullet weights. These are really nice because they're heavy, they're small, and they're black. So I like that. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and feed a bullet weight this way. So I'm gonna feed it through a line this way. All right, and then last but not least, we're gonna be using a glass bead, guys. This is gonna give it a little bit of sound to a rig. A little glass bead. I got a bunch of glass bead. I got on Amazon like this red, black ones. I like the black ones. Now we can go ahead and tie a hook using the uni knot, just like before. Okay, and this is what you're gonna end up with. You got your hook, you got your bead, the bullet weight that's gonna make it sink faster, and you got your bobber stopper that's gonna stop the bullet weight from going too far in your line. Now, obviously, you got a better hook here. You can do one of these, so you can do any creature bait that you can find. Some people use leasers, but you just go ahead and pull your worm, just like we did with the weightless. It's the exact same thing, guys. Just push it all the way up, and then just rehook your bait. Just like that. So now when this hits the bottom, that bullet weight is gonna be pulling this, and when you retrieve it, it's gonna be doing this number. Okay, and you can fish a lot more water a lot faster with this variation here, and the little clack that you hear from the bead and the bullet weight is gonna attract more fish. Number 3, guys, is a net rig, guys. This one's a little controversial, but not for the reason you're thinking of, especially if you're starting to fish for bass. A lot of people think that you can only catch small bass using net rigs, but that can be true at a certain point. But if you're just starting to catch fish, if you're a beginner, you want to be building up your confidence, and the net rig is actually going to help you catch numbers, guys. Every now and then you might catch a decent bass, but you're definitely going to be catching numbers, and that's going to build up your confidence. So let's watch this catch using a net rig, and then I'll come back and tell you all about it and how to tie it.
Got him. Let's go. There you go, guys. Got him on the net rig right there. It's another net rig, guys. Nice colors on this bass. Look how beautiful this thing is. Wow. He wanted the net rig. He got it. So he choked it for sure. Look at that hook set right there. Look at the hook set right on the side of the mouth right there. So perfect hook set. So net rig catch a fish, guys, as well. That's why it's my number 3 for beginners. It's really not a bad way to fish, man. it's really not a bad way to catch numbers too. Maybe you're not gonna be catching the giant bass that you want, but for the start, build your confidence up. That is a great lure right there. So look at this bass, beautiful bass. I'm gonna release him right now.
All right, guys. So net rig, we got a neck head, guys. This is from Z-Man. That's the brand, the ones I like, and you just sit like this in the bottom of the lake. So now we're gonna add our plastic worm. I'm gonna be using Z-Man net rig worms. I'm pulling this out. I got a few different colors for these. This is the green pumpkin and the chartreuse, one of my favorites. So the way you rig this is, first you're obviously gonna attach your hook into your line using the uni nut. Again, you can use whatever nut you want to use. There's so many nuts out there that people use for fishing, but this knot is the one that never fails for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and tie that one. All right, guys. Once you got your hook attached to your line, all you gotta do is you wanna feed your net rig through the hook, and then you want to come out from the hook, and you want to bring that around, kind of like a Texas rig. And the net rig got like a little bait holder right there. It's kind of hard to see, but it has a bait holder right there that's gonna hold that net worm in place. And now you just gotta rehook your bait, and there you go. That's your net rig. You want to make sure you're fishing it weedless. Just rebait your net rig, and that's what you end up with. Now remember, you're gonna have to set the hook really hard if you're using a net rig, because this plastic is really elastic. It's the Elastic from Z-Man. So when you get a bite, you want to set that hook really hard. So this, what it does, it sits in the water like this. The worm is actually floats. The worm floats a little bit. So when you bring it, this is gonna be doing this in the bottom of the lake. And you see that movement right there? See the action in the water? And the bass comes, get it, you set the hook. Really easy, really effective. All right, guys, number 2. This technique right here, I haven't used in a long time, but I know it's pretty effective. And I actually used it for this specific video, and we catch a decent fish with it. And I'll be showing you that in a second here. But this is a wacky rig, guys. This, the name says everything. It's just a little different variation from a stick bait, from a Senko, from a plastic worm. There's different way to fish it, but it's really effective as a finesse technique when fish are not really biting anything else. So let me show you this catch, and then I'll show you how to tie it.
So the wacky rig, you can cast it out, and kind of like the weightless Senko, you just gotta let it sink in. A lot of times they hit it on the way down. A lot of times guys hit it on the way down, so you want to be ready for that. But once it hit the bottom, just gonna bounce it, and slowly, fishing slowly. You don't have a lot of weight on that bait, so I like to kind of bring it up, let it drop. See, we got a bite, we got a bite. Got it. I'm telling you, the wacky rig, man. That's the wacky rig, guys. Wacky rig for you. Right on the side of the mouth, right there. There you go. Not a giant fish, but we caught a fish, guys. So if you're new fishing, you go with the wacky rig and you catch yourself a nice fish. There we go. The hook is out. Wacky rig, guys. That's number 4 rig I like to use for this fish. For bass fishers, for beginner, guys. There he goes.
Okay, the wacky rig, guys. A lot of people like to complicate the wacky rig, but it's really simple. I got all kind of products for wacky rigging, but this is all you need. You need these type of hooks. These are drop shell hooks, the ones I like to use for wacky rigs, and you know, it's laser sharp, cheap stuff from Walmart, guys. So We're gonna go ahead and tie a hook using the uni knot again. Alright guys, so we got our hook attached here. Notice this hook is slightly different than the wide gap hook, obviously. Now you wanna grab your stick bait and you wanna fold it in half, and you wanna find the center of that bait the best you can, okay? So I'm thinking the center is gonna be somewhere around here. Now you're gonna hook your bait right through the center, across that way, okay? And see the action right there? See the action? That's the action you're gonna be giving into the water. So you're gonna cast it, and that's the action that you need right there. That's all it is, guys. That's a wacky rig. Last but not least, you made it to number 1, guys. My favorite beginners rig for bass has to be a shadow bait with a trailer, guys. Shadow baits are definitely really easy to fish, especially if you're just dragging it on the bottom. You can actually retrieve it, so you can have different ways to fish this bait, and it actually catches decent fish. I got my PV on a shadow bait. It was a black and blue shadow bait with a small trailer, a little swimming bait at the end, and I'll be showing you that right now. And after that, I'm gonna show you how I tie my shadow bait.
Let's cast. Wait a second. Oh, got one. That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good fish. On the shadow bait. That's a different fish. That's a decent fish. That's a decent fish. Oh yes, that's a decent fish. Come on. Come on. Oh. That's a decent fish. Let's go. That's a good fish right there, guys. Oh, that's what I'm talking about right there. Nice, beautiful bass. So that's what you do when you persist fishing for so long. The shadow bait came through at the end. It's probably around 3 pounds. Decent fish, guys.
All right, guys. Shadow bait. So take out your shadow bait from the back. You want to tie it on the top here. Okay, just make sure you tie it right there where you actually, I mean, technically it's the only way you can tie it, but for some reason I remember the first time I seen a shadow bait, I didn't know where to tie it, so I don't know. I was trying to tie it right here, I think. But anyways, you want to tie it right there, okay, right in front of what it says, the original shadow bait. So go ahead and grab a main line, use the same knot that I've been using. Whatever knot you like to use, you can use, okay? So go ahead and tie this up. All right, so I feel like the thing about shadow baits is a lot of people like to pair them up and match them. Obviously you have to match them, but you don't want to get too crazy with it. So we're gonna be using these right here, the Zeman Goat. Okay, so this is just a green pumpkin type of deal here. So it's a creature bait, and this is gonna give it the effect of a crawfish. Now you can use something like this, like that, like a swing bait. I've used that before and it works really great. Actually, that probably would work great, but we're just gonna use this one now. So all you have to do is feed your bait to the hook, just like that. Just keep feeding it, just like you were doing just a regular freaking worm. Okay, and then right about there, you're gonna come out, and then the shadow bait got a little bait keeper there. All right, and there you go. That's what it looks like, guys. Thing is not a perfect match, but it should work to catch a fish. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. I hope you learned something. If you did, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, comment, share. You guys know how it works. I want to get to 2,000 subscribers on the channel, guys. Just help me out and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.